Are you a new player looking for a simple team that doesn't require any 5 stars? Or a mid-game player progressing through the Liyue and Inazuma Archon quests? Or a veteran player who wants to try something new with characters you rarely use? Well, you're in luck because I've got a fun team that I want to talk about. Now, I didn't invent this team, I found it on the Kaching Main's website, but I've been playing it for the past week and it's incredibly fun, surprisingly strong, and useful to players at any level. The core of this team relies on Beidou and Fischl constantly applying Electro, and then Yanfei triggering Overload with her Pyro attacks. The 4th slot is really flexible. I'll go over some of the options later in the video. One of the advantages of this team is that Overload damage only cares about the level of the character triggering the reaction and their elemental mastery. Although the triggering attack still deals damage, it's better to focus on one or the other. Since we're focusing on the Overload side, Yanfei becomes really easy to build. Just level her as much as you can and focus on her elemental mastery. The best weapon you can give her is Sacrificial Fragments. If you don't have that, the 3-star Magic Guide boosts her EM almost as much. Give her your best elemental mastery Sands, Goblet, and Circlet. If you can get a 2-piece set of Wanderer's Troops, that's another 80 EM. If you can't, Instructor offers the same bonus. If you can get the 4-piece set of Crimson Witch or Thundering Fury, those are technically better, but not enough that it's worth farming for them. Also, don't worry about her talents. On the other hand, you'll want to properly build Beidou and Fischl. There's a ton of great guides out there on building both of them, so I'll only cover the basics, but I do want to say that Fischl is one of the best Electro supports in the game, so investing in her will be good for your account in the long run. Beidou is your off-field DPS, so you want a typical damage-focused build on her. That means prioritizing crit stats, attack, and Electro damage on the cup. You also want enough energy recharge to consistently use her burst, which is her main way of applying Electro. Fischl also wants crit, attack, and an Electro damage cup, but you don't need to worry about her energy recharge. Her only important talent is her skill, which summons Oz. Her best 4-star weapon is Alley Hunter, followed by the Stringless. If you don't have either of those, go with whatever weapon boosts her attack the most. Now, let's talk about the 4th spot. Bennett is a great option and my choice, since he can heal and boost the team's damage. Beidou's burst and Fischl's skill both snapshot, so use his burst first, then rotate through your Electro characters. Xingqiu and Kokomi are great options, since they enable Yanfei to trigger Overload and Vaporize at the same time, without clearing the Electro status. Barbara's okay, but isn't as good at applying Hydro or dealing off-field damage. Animo characters can help group up enemies and shred resistance with Viridescent Venerer, but all of them have drawbacks. Sucrose can boost Yanfei's elemental mastery, but can't heal. Kazuha and Venti are 5 stars, can be tricky to use without messing up reactions, and also can't heal. Jin and Sayu can heal, but they're not as good at grouping up enemies. If you have Zhongli, his shielding is really helpful. None of the other Geo characters benefit the team. You don't want a Cryo character since they'll mess up your reactions. There are no other Electro characters that significantly improve the team. As you can probably tell, the main advantage of this team is that it's easy to build and really flexible. Yanfei is incredibly easy to build for it. Beidou, Fischl, and your 4th character require more effort, but you can still get great results if you don't have the right weapons and artifacts. Another advantage is that the 3 essential characters are all 4 stars, so they're pretty easy to get. Fischl is expected to be in the Star Glitter Exchange in January. Beidou and Yanfei are both Liyue characters, so you can get one of them for free in 2.4. And while constellations help, none of them are acquired. Most importantly, none of the characters are from Inazuma, so new players will be able to ascend the team without having to grind through the story. And when you do get to Inazuma, the 2 Electro characters will be essential for exploration and puzzles. The team also has some useful utility passives. Beidou makes swimming easier, while Yanfei shows you where all the local Liyue specialties are. For players still exploring Teyvat, both are pretty helpful. It also helps that the team includes an archer for puzzles, a claymore for breaking rocks, and a pyro character for setting things on fire. Now, there are some downsides to this team. The biggest is that while it's great against large mobs, it struggles against single opponents. Both Yanfei and Beidou use Noctilucous Jade and Treasure Hoarder insignia to ascend, so you'll have to actively farm for both of those. And if you're not triggering Overload for whatever reason, the team's damage drops significantly. Finally, the damage won't be as high as a Vape or Melt team like a National team. Still, I have a lot of fun with this team. It lets me play some cool, off-meta characters, and I get to make things go boom. Whether you're a new player looking for a budget team or a veteran who wants to try something new, I highly recommend giving this team a go. Thank you all for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, I appreciate all the standard YouTube interactions like sharing, liking, subscribing, whatever. Let me know how this team works out for you and which character you chose for the 4th spot.